A bond is simply a loan you give to a government or a company. In return, they pay you regular interest, called the coupon. At the end, they repay the face value of the bond. The price of a bond is the present value of all those payments. In this lesson we price bonds, find their yield, and measure their risk. Let's get started. Let's price a bond step by step. It has a face value of $1,000 and an 8% coupon. So it pays $80 a year for 5 years. The market interest rate is 10%. We discount the coupons and the face value at 10%. The coupons are worth $303, and the face value $621. The bond's price is $924. A bond's price depends on how its coupon compares to the market rate. If the coupon rate equals the market rate, the bond trades at par. If the coupon is higher than the market rate, it trades at a premium. If the coupon is lower, it trades at a discount. Our 8% bond in a 10% market trades below par. That is why its price was under $1,000. The yield to maturity is a bond's true return if you hold it to the end. It is the single rate that makes the price equal the present value of all cash flows. In other words, it is the bond's internal rate of return. When a bond trades at a discount, its yield is above the coupon rate. When it trades at a premium, its yield is below the coupon rate. Yield to maturity is how the market quotes a bond's return. Some bonds pay no coupons at all. These are called zero-coupon bonds. You simply buy them cheap today and get the face value later. Take a $1,000 bond, due in 5 years, at 6%. Its price is $1,000 over 1.06 to the fifth. That is a price of $747 today. The current yield is a quick measure of a bond's income. It is the annual coupon divided by the current price. Our bond pays $80 and costs $924. 80 over 924 is about 8.66%. It captures the income, but ignores any gain toward the face value. So it is only a partial picture of the true return. A consol, or perpetual bond, pays a coupon forever. It never repays a face value. Its price is just the coupon divided by the market rate. Take a bond paying $50 a year, at a 5% rate. Its price is 50 over 0.05. That is a price of $1,000. Duration measures the average life of a bond's cash flows. It weights each payment date by its present value. For our 5-year, 8% bond, the duration is about 4.3 years. It is shorter than 5 years because the coupons arrive early. Duration is also the key to a bond's interest rate risk. The longer the duration, the more the price moves. Duration tells us how much a bond's price will move. When yields rise, bond prices fall, and the reverse. The percentage change is minus the modified duration, times the yield change. Our bond has a modified duration of about 3.9. So if yields rise 1%, the price drops about 3.9%. That is the power of duration as a risk measure. Let's recap bond valuation. A bond's price is the present value of its coupons and face value. A zero-coupon bond is just a discounted face value. A perpetual bond is the coupon divided by the rate. And duration measures both average life and price sensitivity. Now you can value and compare any bond. Quick quiz, test yourself. A bond has a face value of $1,000, an 8% coupon, 5 years to maturity, and a market rate of 10%, so what is its price? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, $924. We discount the $80 coupons and the face value at 10%. Quick quiz, test yourself. If a bond's coupon rate is 8% and the market rate is 10%, how does it trade? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is C, a discount. When the coupon is below the market rate, the price falls below face value. Quick quiz, test yourself. A zero coupon bond has a face value of $1,000, 5 years to maturity, and a 6% rate, so what is its price? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, $747. It is simply $1,000 discounted at 6% for 5 years. Quick quiz, test yourself. A perpetual bond pays $50 a year forever, and the market rate is 5%, so what is its price? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, $1,000. The price of a consol is the coupon divided by the rate, 50 over 0.05. Quick quiz, test yourself. A bond pays an $80 coupon and trades at $924, so what is its current yield? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, 8.66%. Current yield is the annual coupon divided by the price, 80 over 924. Quick quiz, test yourself. For a bond trading at a discount, how does the yield to maturity compare to the coupon rate? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is C, above the coupon. A discount price means investors demand a higher return than the coupon offers. Quick quiz, test yourself. When market interest rates rise, what happens to existing bond prices? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, they fall. Bond prices and yields always move in opposite directions. Quick quiz, test yourself. Besides the average life of its cash flows, what else does duration measure? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, interest rate sensitivity. The longer the duration, the more a bond's price moves when yields change. Quick quiz, test yourself. A bond has a modified duration of 3.9, and yields rise by 1%, so what is the approximate price change? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, minus 3.9%. The price change is minus the modified duration times the yield change. Quick quiz, test yourself. Which bond carries the most interest rate risk? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, the long duration bond. Longer duration means the price swings more when interest rates change. Quick quiz, test yourself. If a bond's coupon rate is 10% and the market rate is 8%, how does it trade? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is C, a premium. When the coupon beats the market rate, investors pay more than face value. Quick quiz, test yourself. A bond trades exactly at par when its coupon rate equals which rate? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, the market rate. When coupon and market rates match, the price equals the face value. Quick quiz, test yourself. A zero coupon bond has a face value of $1,000, 10 years to maturity, and a 5% rate, so what is its price? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, $614. It is $1,000 discounted at 5% for 10 years. Quick quiz, test yourself. If you buy a bond and hold it all the way to maturity, your return is measured by which figure? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is C, the yield to maturity. Yield to maturity is the total return earned by holding the bond to the end. How do you compare 2 machines that last for different numbers of years? You cannot just compare their total costs. A cheaper machine that wears out sooner may cost more in the long run. The trick is to turn each cost into an equal yearly amount. This is the annual equivalent value, or equivalent annual cost. Let's see how it works. Imagine two machines that do the same job. Machine A costs $10,000 and lasts 3 years. Machine B costs $15,000 and lasts 5 years. Machine A is cheaper, but you must replace it sooner. So comparing the two price tags directly is misleading. We need a fair, per-year comparison. The equivalent annual cost spreads a cost evenly across its life. We take the present value of the costs. Then we divide by the annuity factor for that many years. This turns a lump sum into an equal yearly charge. It is like the rent you would pay each year to use the machine. Now machines with different lives become comparable. Let's find the equivalent annual cost of machine A. It costs $10,000 and lasts 3 years. The interest rate is 10%. The 3-year annuity factor is 2.49. So we divide 10,000 by 2.49. Machine A costs $4,021 a year. Now let's do the same for machine B. It costs $15,000 and lasts 5 years. The 5-year annuity factor is 3.79. 15,000 divided by 3.79 is 3,957. So machine B costs less per year than machine A. Even though it has a bigger price tag, B is the better deal. The same idea works for a project's value, not just its cost. Suppose a project has a net present value of $2,679. It runs for 4 years, at a 10% rate. We spread that value over the 4 years. The annual equivalent value is about $845 a year. So the project is like earning $845 every year. An old machine gets more expensive to run each year. Maintenance rises, and breakdowns cost you money. At some point, a new machine is cheaper overall. You replace when the old machine's yearly cost exceeds the new machine's annual equivalent cost. That crossing point is the optimal replacement time. AEV tells you exactly when to make the switch. Why does the annual equivalent method work so well? Because we assume you keep replacing the machine forever. Each machine is a link in an endless chain. The equivalent annual cost is the same for every link. So the machine with the lowest annual cost wins. That is the fairest way to compare different lifespans. Let's recap machine replacement. You cannot compare assets with different lives by their totals. Instead, convert each to an equivalent annual cost. That is the present value of costs over the annuity factor. The asset with the lowest annual cost is the best choice. And the same method finds the best time to replace. Quick quiz, test yourself. A machine costs $10,000, lasts 3 years, at 10%, where the annuity factor is 2.49, so what is its equivalent annual cost? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, $4,021. We divide the 10,000 cost by the annuity factor of 2.49. Quick quiz, test yourself. A machine costs $15,000, lasts 5 years, at 10%, where the annuity factor is 3.79, so what is its equivalent annual cost? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, $3,957. We divide the 15,000 cost by the annuity factor of 3.79. Quick quiz, test yourself. Machine A has an equivalent annual cost of $4,021, and Machine B costs $3,957 per year, so which do you choose? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, the second machine is cheaper. Machine B has the lower cost per year, so it is the better deal. Quick quiz, test yourself. A project has a net present value of $2,679 over 4 years at 10%, where the annuity factor is 3.17, so what is its annual equivalent value? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, $845. We divide the NPV by the annuity factor to spread it over the 4 years. Quick quiz, test yourself. What is the main reason for converting costs into an equivalent annual cost? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, to compare assets with different lifespans. Equal yearly costs make machines of different lives directly comparable. Quick quiz, test yourself. The equivalent annual cost converts a lump sum cost into what? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, an equal yearly amount. It is like the rent you would pay each year to use the asset. Quick quiz, test yourself. Using the annual equivalent method, when should you replace an old machine? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, when it exceeds the new machine's EAC. Once the old machine costs more per year than a new one, you switch. Quick quiz, test yourself. The equivalent annual cost comparison assumes that you do what with the asset? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, replace it repeatedly. Each machine is a link in an endless replacement chain. Quick quiz, test yourself. For 2 assets with different useful lives, comparing their total costs directly is what? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, misleading. A cheaper short-lived asset may cost more once you account for replacement. Quick quiz, test yourself. When comparing assets, what does a lower equivalent annual cost indicate? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, the better choice. The lowest cost per year is the most economical option. Quick quiz, test yourself. A machine costs $20,000, lasts 4 years, at 10%, where the annuity factor is 3.17, so what is its equivalent annual cost? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, $6,309. We divide the $20,000 cost by the annuity factor of 3.17. Quick quiz, test yourself. The annual equivalent value method converts a project's net present value into what? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, an equal yearly amount. It spreads the value evenly across the project's life. Quick quiz, test yourself. 3 machines have equivalent annual costs of $5,000, $5,200, and $4,800, so which is best? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is C, the third machine is cheapest. Machine C has the lowest cost per year, so it is the most economical. Quick quiz, test yourself. In the equivalent annual cost formula, the capital recovery factor is equal to what? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, R divided by 1 minus 1 plus R to the minus n. It is the reciprocal of the annuity factor, converting a present value into a yearly amount. Quick quiz, test yourself. According to the annual equivalent method, you replace a machine when its yearly running cost does what? Here are your 4 options. Pause the video and solve it now. The correct answer is B, exceeds a new machine's equivalent annual cost. At that point, a fresh machine is cheaper to run each year.